Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Press Start. My name is King Yuma, and today we're going to be jumping into a game called 60 Seconds Reanimized. Let's go ahead and press New Game. And we're going to hit Apocalypse. The full atomic experience. Scavenge around your house for supplies, and then survive the post-apocalypse in your Fallout shelter. Starting character, Ted or Dolores? Let's start with Ted. Little boy, exploring time 20 seconds, scavenge time 60 seconds. Prepper style. We'll do the fat man. Alright. Some water. We gotta make sure we get water. Let's grab that. Grab that. Gotta make sure we get all the water. Let's do. Oh my gosh! Get out of my way. Let's get some food. We might not be able to save the kids. Get the kids. Gotta get the kids. Oh my goodness, we got him. That was close. We almost didn't save the boy. Day 1. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bringing those supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked it better anyway. Plus 1 gas mask. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. Alright, we got a pretty decent ration. So we're going to hold off. We're not going to eat anything yet. We really miss the life we had. The space, the sky, the food. More food. We wish we could go back to the time before this damn bomb dropped. Day 2. Who knows? Maybe the world will offer new opportunities, and it won't be that bad. Ted is fine. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying it out loud. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it stays this way. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. Go one more day without food or water. Gotta ration it. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions would result in radiation sickness. We'll hold off. We had the most curious visitor today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other. while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup, only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts, and we don't have a map, unfortunately. Day 3. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Where is water when Ted needs it? Mary Jane is very thirsty. Water is... yeah, let's get him some water. Everybody needs some water. Let's get some water. The contamination of our town is still strong, so we won't. Every new smell attacks our nose in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can do. There isn't much we can miss. So when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of that smell is. Nah. Not yet. Day 4. We decided to ignore the hole, the stench, and anything that might happen because of it. We've taken enough risks already. We ended up feeling a bit unwell, and later on heard something moving in the hole. A few hours after that, the smell was gone. Nobody's thirsty anymore. Let's get him some food. It looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe, unless you didn't mind getting sick. We'll stay held off on that. What was that? A rat? Rats are usually smaller than cats. And what's with the double tail? We can't let that thing get our supplies. Shoot it. Bang, bang. Oh no, our gun broke. Damaged rifle. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. I guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. Damn, our gun blew up when we tried to shoot the thing. There isn't much going on with Ted. No terrible... nothing new. It's always better when things are calm. Likely nothing happened to Mary Jane today. Everything seems okay with the divorce. Timmy might not look like it, but he is a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. You would expect a nuclear explosion would be enough to quench any peat argument when the future is not looking too pretty and all you see is naked walls. Not much is necessary for an explosion. It happened. We started fighting like crazy. Dang, it took y'all 5 days until y'all started fighting. Going at each other's throats. Thirsty, 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 thirsty. Let's give them what they want. We're gonna we'll send Ted out there. Surviving down here is no walk in the park. It won't get easier. We're hopeful this will blow over soon and life will be back to what it used to be. Or else, we might face dangers we've never dreamt of. Day 7. Nobody is thirsty anymore. We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal, and we might never get used to it. We hope the help comes soon. Send him packing. On day 8. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine today. Today's been fine for Dolores, thus far. Timmy might not look like it, but again, he is a strong, young lad. There it goes again. Noises. Weird noises all the time. Are they coming from the pipes? Walls? Is it something behind the door? We don't know, and it's driving us insane. We should sit down and relax. Otherwise, we might get paranoid. We have nothing to relax with. Day 9. Boredom can really get to you in the shelter. It can lead you to dark places. Trust us. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Let's get him some water. Thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when never mind. The government people are coming. We should keep our ears and eyes open for any signs of them. But we don't have a radio, so we can't listen. Day 10. The phone rings on day 10. There's one thing we need to do. It is to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitting in our area. It's either that or strolling around outside to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Dolores is hungry. Let's go ahead and give her some food. Let's give them all some food just in case. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? We'll send Mr. Timmy out there. Day 11. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Okay, everybody's good. Mary Jane has been awful silent today. This is very unlike her. Should we try to talk to her? Well, yeah. Sounds like Pops is back. And it's not looking good on day 12. Nothing solves problems better than honest conversation over hot beverage, but talking alone seems to do the trick. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. A few days before the blast, Timmy got into a fight with a kid named Ethan and beat him with a stick. We were supposed to visit Ethan's parents and talk about the incident, but we were a bit busy back then. Well, now we have all the time in the world, and although it looked like our friends weren't home, we still decided to pay them a visit. We were invited after all. Those people were obsessed with tomato soup, so we saw many cans. Most of them were damaged. We got 2 of them though, that's cool. We also got 2 water, that's good. Their living room was quite spacious and nicely decorated. There's not much left. Managed to get a checkered board. But this last expedition got us thinking. Maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burnt out. But if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We'd better keep an eye out for those on future expeditions. Hungry. He's really tired. He is infected with something. Go ahead and give everybody some food and water. Let's send Dolores out there. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? Yeah. See what's in it. A gift has been received on day 13. We gladly accepted this sudden gift, and despite our suspicions, it turned out it was just the regular tomato soup that we all know and love. Thank you, kind stranger. Everyone, let's see, Ted is hungry. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted's still very tired. Hungry, tired, and sick. We'll send the mom out there this time. On day 14. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Ted hasn't recovered from his sickness yet. There's nothing. There is. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Pretty sure they're okay. He's tired and sick, so no food or water needs to be given. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking on the door. It seems to be a trader who is very interested in ammunition. How about that? Red. Checkers. I wish we had ammunition. See, let's give him some checkers, see if that's something. Day 15. We offered checkers instead of ammunition. The visitor was quite confused and tried to explain to us what ammunition is. We pretended to understand nothing. It was very amusing. Until he left with our checkerboard. Asshole. Man, Ted, we're not looking so good. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. He's not looking so good. He's sick, tired, and thirsty. Thirsty and thirsty. Let's give him some water. I wish we had a medic. She needs to come back with a health kit. As we're about to start our book club discussion on the only book we've all read, the phone book, we were interrupted by rapid knocking at the door. We found out it was a group of refugees who survived the blast just like we did. They were doing much worse, begging us to provide them with any water, food, or medication. Times are tough, man. We need it. On day 16. Mom's still not back on day 16. We could tell our guests were not thrilled with our refusal. Their tired eyes only were enough to understand how much they needed those supplies. They did not beg, but simply turned around and left in an unknown direction. Maybe they will have more luck somewhere else. Maybe. Let's see what we got going on. He's still looking bad. He's tired, sick, and hungry. Tired, sick, and hungry. Day 17. Tired and sick. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Ted is still mighty tired and needs more time to recover his strength. Despite the dire circumstances and all of the trouble we are going through, Timmy is being very brave. What do we got going on? Tired and sick. Let's go ahead and kick it. Day 18. Sounds like we're getting a little bit of sleep. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. He hasn't recovered from his illness yet. They're still tired. Let's give him some water. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low. You can almost smell the desperation in the shelter. We're pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby, mostly old folks from the retirement home. It shouldn't be hard to borrow some of their supplies. They're old anyway, and we need it more, right? Hell yeah, right? Day 19. Look at the handprint. We've got a working radio. It's a portable radio. Why isn't it working? We got the radio. Nice. What did I say? He's just sick. He ain't looking too good. They're both hungry. So we'll give him some food. Is he hungry? I think he's just sick and tired. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Pretty sure Mary Jane had her birthday 2 weeks ago, but it turns out it's today. Shall we get her something a young lady trapped in a tiny shelter would enjoy? Nope, because we don't have anything. Sorry, kiddo. Sounds like Mom's back. And she is not looking good. Got a keys, padlock. Mary Jane is too old for birthdays. That's what we think. We're glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. We're happy to find the fire station in our town is at least semi-operational, even after the apocalypse. It's not really shocking. Firefighters are the greatest of heroes, right after Marines and ice cream men, the ones with happy tunes in their vans. Although none of their faces looked familiar, we're sure they're the real deal. They had uniforms, helmets, and everything. They even customized their headwear by drawing a lot of menacing skulls on them. How creative. At the back of the station, we found a few lockers filled with hand grenades and landmines. We're not sure why firefighters need an arsenal of this caliber, but we unlocked and took the padlock that was used to seal the lockers. You dumbass, why didn't you just take the shit that was... Although initially friendly, the firefighters became a bit anxious after a while. They handed us a can of bug spray and asked us not to tell anyone about what we saw here. We're not sure why. Maybe they're too humble and don't want people to come and shower them with gifts. They're obviously raiders. We window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burnt out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will be more lucky. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted is still tired. Mary Jane is no longer. So, let's see. She's hungry. So let's give her some food. We'll send young Timothy out. Day 21. We played I Spy, and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, everyone got bored of the letter W. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Thirsty and hungry, tired, so thirsty and hungry, thirsty and thirsty. Thirsty. Alright, we're starting to run low. Let's send the kiddo out. Day 22. He's not looking too good. He's sick. Sick. It's okay. Sick, tired, sick, nothing. So they're good. It's really weird when you get that feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets, and We checked all the closets, and no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species. But we cannot protect ourselves on day 23. Little Afro Jim over here. We lost a can. Ted is still sick. We can't just sit around while Dolores is so sick. Dolores complains she still can't get a good night's sleep around here. Well, sorry about your luck, kiddo. Little man's hungry. Let's give him some food. Let's kick it with the radio. See if we can listen in. On day 24. We knew it. The government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting for long. They said they will be in touch in a couple of days and told us to wait further instructions. Ted is really thirsty. Hungry, thirsty. It's the last of our water. Ooh. I wish we got the flashlight. We really need that. We don't have any ammunition, so we can't really do anything. Or we don't have a gun, so we can't really do anything for the ammunition. We'll just go. Day 25. Fatigued and sick. Sick, hungry, and fatigued. Despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, useless and not. We turned down the man's offer. It's probably for the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. Sick, hungry. A sleazy looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal for just one can of soup. We get the bag and all of its contents. Let's see. This might be a doomed. Let's make the deal, see what happens. Out of the bag, found a new companion. We got a cat. Well, at least we can eat the cat, hopefully. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting scratching, hellish noises. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to just be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharikov. Sharikov? Sharikov? I don't know. Is that its name? -1 food. That was our last thing of food. There isn't enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. We can't just sit around while Dolores is sick. No news is good news. We have no food, no water, no medicine. Going into. There's an armed and dangerous woman outside. Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild beasts of the wastes. We should have traded the ammo. Day 27. We hear a knock on the door. This woman says she hunts mostly for food. Clearly, she's an uncivilized savage. Delicious soup is what decent people eat these days. We were not amused and didn't give her anything. There isn't enough food. Timmy hasn't been talking about nothing other than water. He should drink some. But we don't have any. No water to give. Await further instructions from the military. Day 28. Look, the little cat's up there now. What is this scam? They're not even real doctors. No way we're giving these crooks anything. Ted is still sick. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink. I'm sorry, but we have no water or food. Sounds like she's back. Let's see what she brought on day 29. She's looking rough, but not as bad as them. It's safe to go out there, it looks like. She got us a map and some food. water though. Dehydrated and starving. We'll give him some food. Actually, yeah, we'll give him a little bit of food. Just give them all some food. Our last expedition brought news of a vehicle parked just down the street. It sure looked unique, but we never got close enough to get a good look. We're almost certain it's not a bandit trap. Perhaps we should send someone over to check it out. Sick, fatigued, dehydrated. Sick, fatigued, dehydrated, starving. It's a toss up. They're not looking so good. We'll send Mr. Ted. The end. We died. The end. A shocking discovery. It was a rusty tank, and it was also missing wheels and some other critical parts. But the seats were fairly comfortable. Wouldn't it be amazing to just drive away and leave this radioactive hell behind us? Too many days without water took the toll. Ted died of dehydration. Dolores died of dehydration. Timmy went insane, lack of water. He opened the shelter door and ran away without looking back. Of all places we could have perished, this is probably the best one. Or maybe not. We spent 30 days in our shelter. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to see more on this, make sure you like, subscribe, and we will jump back in and try to survive as long as we can. Until then, peace.